وقل رب زدني علما.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهديه الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. This is the class from the book بلوغ المرام للحافظ ابن حجر رحمه الله، كتاب البيوع. This is the book of business transactions. The book of business transactions, كتاب البيوع. We stopped Hadeeth 667. وعن عمرو بن شعيب عن أبيه عن جده، أي مروي عن عمرو بن شعيب عن أبيه عن جده قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: لا يحل سلف وبيع، ولا شرطان في بيع، ولا ربح ما لم يضمن، ولا بيع ما ليس عندك. رواه الخمسة وصححه الترمذي وابن خزيمة والحاكم، وأخرجه في علوم الحديث من رواية أبي حنيفة وأخرجه في علوم الحديث من رواية أبي حنيفة عن عمرو المذكور بلفظ نهى عن بيع وشرط. ومن هذا الوجه أخرجه الطبراني في الأوسط وهو غريب. This hadith 667, narrated Amr ibn Shu'aib on his father's authority from his grandfather, that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, لا يحل سلف وبيع. The condition of a loan combined with sale is not lawful. The condition of a loan combined with a sale is not lawful. ولا شرطان في بيع, nor two conditions relating to one transaction. Nor two conditions related to one transaction. ولا ربح ما لا يضمن, nor the profit arising from something which is not in one's charge. Nor the profit arising from something which is not in one's charge. ولا بيع ما ليس عندك. ولا بيع ما ليس عندك, nor selling what's not in your possession. Nor selling what's not in your possession. Reported by Al-Khamsa, At-Tirmidhi, Ibn Khuzaymah, and Al-Hakim graded it Sahih, authentic. Al-Hakim reported in Ulum al-Hadith from the narration of Abu Hanifa from Amr ibn Shu'aib with the wording, he, the Prophet ﷺ, forbade transaction combined with a condition, not with two conditions, with a condition. At-Tabarani reported it through this chain of narrators in Al-Awsat, and it is gharib, reported by a single narrator. In this hadith, the Messenger ﷺ forbade 4 business transactions, 4 things in one single hadith. A businessman should avoid, should know it, so he doesn't fall into sin. The first one, لا يحل سلف وبيع. It is not lawful a loan combined with a sale. It's not lawful a loan combined with a sale. What is the meaning? نعم. Yes, for instance, someone, he come to another one. He said he wants to lend him money. Okay? He said he's not going to lend him anything unless he buy so and so from him. So is a loan connected, a condition combined with a sale. Why this is forbidden? What is the hikmah? What is the wisdom? It's forbidden because Prophet ﷺ forbade it. But what is the hikmah? What is the reason? What is the wisdom behind this prohibition? لا يحل سلف وبيع. It's not lawful a salaf, a loan connected to selling, combined with a sale. Why not? أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Yes, this is riba. Because the riba is كل قرض جر نفعا فهو ربا. كل قرض جر نفعا فهو ربا. What does it mean? كل قرض جر نفعا فهو ربا. Every قرض, every loan which brings to the lender a profit is riba. Every loan which brings a profit, worldly benefit, profit to the person, to the lender, is riba. The riba is, you lend. Riba is two types, two categories. The famous one, the widespread one, is a lending with a condition. Lending which brings increasing the loan interest. So somebody borrow $100 from someone. He said, if you don't pay it on time, it's going to be $105. This is interest. This is riba. Because he increased it. This is another way of increasement. I'm not lending you, I'm not giving you a loan except if you buy so and so. Why not? Why connected the loan with this buying, selling your car, if there is no something there? Why you don't sell it? Whatever you sell in your product, separate from lending. If there is no interest there. So now you're getting advantage, profit from the lending. And the origin is, lending is ihsan. It's for fi sabilillah. If you lend, first of all, who borrow something? Who need a loan? Somebody rich or poor person? Poor person. Is that clear? Who is able to give, to lend? A rich person. Somebody who has more than necessity. Okay. So someone who is in need, he come to you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't make you in that state. What should you do? Either you help this person fi sabilillah. Akhi, it's not loan on you. Just take it. Because you are in need. It's not mandatory on him. Next thing is to say fi sabilillah, yani I want the reward from Allah, even though I need to keep my money, I lend it to you. When are you going to bring it? After a year. Alhamdulillah, that's okay. If not, at least tell him I'm not available to lend anything. It's not mandatory on you to lend. So the first time you help the person, say it's not loan on you. I see you are in need, take all money. The second level, you lend him. And you want reward from who? From Allah. The third, you give him I'm sorry, I wish I would. I'm not available now to lend you. Okay? But you don't do any of these. You can't do any of this. Say, no, let me lend him, and I have to make a profit over this needy person. This is not allowed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala huwa ar-Rahman ar-Rahim al-Kareem. Subhana, if you see how Allah al-Kareem call to help the needy, any kind of helping, you're surprised. Wallahi al-Azim. To help the sick person, to visit the sick person, to help the needy one. If you go back to the deen of Allah, you come to the conclusion that Allah al-Kareem is ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the most merciful. Take one example. If you learn an authentic hadith, the meaning, if you lend money to someone, he says he cannot pay the rent, he needs $1,000. You lend him. When are you going to pay? Next year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala encouraged to do that by giving a great reward. If you do that, it's like you giving charity every day. How much? $1,000. Every day, the money you lended was $1,000. Every day, it's with Allah, you lending $1,000 until the deadline. So after a year, how many thousand you give for the sake of Allah? Yes, $365,000. This is authentic hadith. How about now? The year ended. Person, he's still in need. He's not able. In Islam, if somebody is not able to pay the loan, is there interest? This is a major sin in Islam. Allah hates so much. You must, فَنَاظِرَةٌ إِلَى مَيْسَرٍ. You have no way but to wait. Because the person is not able. What can he do? You are not even allowed to hurt him. Keep on asking him, where is my money? Where is my money? While you know he doesn't have it. Talking about him is not allowed. It's haram. It's oppression. You psychologically, you emotionally, you all this attacking the person. Don't do that. Wait. The kuffar, they consume the person. They take his blood, collecting money. He ended up, subhanAllah, entire life, he carrying loan. Some people, this is the way they are. This is what they did to the Jewish did to the Arabs in Medina. They come to the Arabs in Medina, they started lending them. They are not able, taking what they have. They are not able, taking their land. Until this Arab man ended up working on his own farm to survive, to pay the loan, while the farm is for the Jewish God. Now this is the way they're doing it. A'udhu billah. They lend countries, poor countries like Africa, money. Next thing you hear, billions of loan on that country. Where this billion come from? Is the interest. It's interest. This is against the deen of Allah. It's against the rahmah, against the mercy. So the person, he should wait. فَنَظِرَ إِلَى مَيْسَرٍ. If he obeys Allah, and this Muslim who was not paid back his 1,000 after a year, he needs. But the person doesn't have. He obeys Allah and he waits. What's he going to get from Allah? Every day he waiting. The second, every day after the deadline, it's like he paid $2,000 every day. Double of what it was before the deadline. Because before the deadline, he's the one who give it willingly. He's the one who look his calculation. After a year, until a year, I can be patient. Alhamdulillah. But after a year, he was not expecting. So now it's more heavy to wait it, right or wrong. He's being given more, double of what he lended. So after the next year, how much it is? 700 330,000. Plus the first year, 365. Is over how much? Over $1 million. $1,000. 2 years. You lend someone for the sake of Allah, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you spend $1 million or much. Think about if you wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. This is, if it shows why Allah al-Kareem is so encouraging to lend people. من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا? Who is giving a loan to Allah, a good loan? What does that show? That Allah is Ar-Rahmanu Ar-Rahim. On the other hand, somebody is sick. Person doesn't visit. Allah will ask, I get sick and you didn't visit me on the day of judgment. You say, of Allah, how you get sick and you are Allah? Marida abdi. My servant gets sick and you didn't visit him. Subhanallah. And many texts, you see that Allah al-Kareem subhanahu wa ta'ala is so Kareem, so Rahman. So, كل قرض جر نفعا فهو ربا. So every loan which brings profit to the lender is riba. So now when he says, I'm not lending you this $1,000 unless you buy so and so from me, unless you give me a ride to the downtown. Unless you give me a ride to the downtown. It's not allowed because this brings a profit. That's one type. لا يحل سلف وبيع. So you want to lend it. You want to sell something, sell it. Not connected to lending. The next part of the hadith, ولا شرطان في بيع. Nor two conditions in one transaction. No two conditions in one transaction. What is the meaning of this hadith? The meaning of this hadith, Al-Imam Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah, he said, ولا بيعان ولا شرطان في بيع has the same meaning. نهى رسول عن بيعتين في بيعة. هذا الحديث صفقتين في صفقة. Means it's not allowed two transactions in one transaction. What does it mean? The ulama, they give different meaning. Some of them say it means, and this is the majority of them, no, it's not allowed two transactions in one. So it doesn't mean just any condition. It's two transactions, two بيعتين في بيعة. For instance, you said, this book, I'm selling it to you if you give me cash, $20. If you pay it in installment, a credit is going to be $30. Without the buyer choosing one of the two transactions. If he chooses one of it, he says, I need the cash. Here is the cash. $20, give me the book. Or I accepted to pay it after a year, $30. If he chooses one of it, the ulama, they say, this hadith has nothing to do with it. Is it allowed or not allowed? That's another issue. Majority of them, but they agree on one thing. If he says in cash, 20. In nasi'ah, in installment paying it later, is $30. And the buyer doesn't choose any of it. It is to him whatever he chooses. The ulama, the majority of them, they say this hadith means that. بيعتين في بيعة means that meaning. It means That's what it means. As for if he choose one of the two transactions, is it allowed, is not allowed? The ulama, they differ. Some of them, they say it's not allowed, including Shaykh Al-Albani rahimahullah. Other scholars, who are the majority of the ulama, as Imam Tirmidhi في جامعه mentioned وعليه أكثر أهل العلم, the majority of scholars are upon the permissibility of this transaction if the buyer choose one of it. If the buyer choose one of it, the أكثر أهل العلم, majority of scholars are upon accepting it. And our time, the Lajna Da'ima, senior Saudi scholars, Ibn Baz and Uthaymeen and others, they see it's permissible. Al-Imam Al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he refuted those who reject it, saying it is riba. In his book Tahdhibu Sunan Abi Dawud. And he mentioned that this is far from what they say. So, majority of scholars, they see that if the person chooses one of it, then it's permissible. Sheikh Sulaiman Ruhaili, when he explained that, isn't that riba? As Shaykh Al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, this is a riba because in cash, $20. You delaying, you paying me after a year, $30. Isn't that's the meaning of the riba? 20 turned to be 30. I see, Hassan, that's the one you supporting. 20 to 30. This is the riba. If somebody lend you now $20, and later on, after a year, he wants $30, isn't it the riba? This is the riba. So they say, Shaykh Al-Albani, it's like that. The other ulama, as we mentioned, mature, they say no. That has nothing to do with it. Shaykh Sulaiman Ruhaili Hafidhahullah, he explained that. Shaykh Sulaiman Ruhaili, the Imam of Masjid Quba, first masjid in Islam, in Medina, built by the Prophet ﷺ, called Masjid Quba. He's the Imam. And he's one of the ulama who give classes in Prophet's Masjid. And he's the professor of Medina University. Very famous alim. Ulama, they call it small Shaykh Uthaymeen. Some ulama, they call him small Shaykh Uthaymeen. He's a faqih. Al-Muhim. He explained, he said, this has nothing to do with riba. Why? He says, this is like, I don't know what they call it in English, you tell me, bargaining, or like in some Muslim land, if you want to buy something, the kitab, for instance, you ask him, how much? I say, this is $20. You say, no, this is too much on me. I'm paying 15. I say, no, 15. What do you mean 15? Okay, give me $19. So it still is a lot. How about 18? And then we keep on going back and forth until at the end we agree on something. Okay? He said, this is exactly what it is. You're being given two options and you choose it in the same place, one of it. So now you don't say, oh, first you sell to me this and then you increase it with one more. No, all this is just an agreement. There was no lending here. So now it's not riba because the $20, the cash, was not on you and then you pay 30. No, it was not on you from beginning. If you choose installment, the first you accepted is $30. It's not you accepted 20 and it went up to 30. Is this understandable? So it's a difference. If it would have been first on you 20 and then it moved to 30, that would have been riba. But no, from beginning you said, I need the $30. So he didn't sell the book to you on 20 and then made it 30. This is the difference. Al-Muhim, the majority of the ulama, they see is permissible. So someone selling a car, you say, this car, Toyota Sienna, I know that car, so I mention it, is if you buy it now, you give me cash, is $10,000. After a year, it's going to be $15,000. If you say, I don't have that money, I need $15,000, the ulama, they say the majority of them is permissible. Yes. For instance, someone selling a car. Which car you drive? So maybe that makes you understand better. Toyota. MashaAllah. You said to someone, I'm selling this car, this Toyota to you with $10,000. $10,000. If you give me cash right now, but if you are paying me after a year, it's going to be $15,000 instead of $10,000. If the person chooses to pay you after a year, and he pay you how much? $15,000 is permissible. If he pay you cash 20, it's permissible. But what's not permissible? What's not allowed? Ulama, they agree upon, and they say this hadith is about it. Prophet, he forbade two transactions in one transaction is when you, the buyer, he didn't make any decision. He go and it's to him to choose. So if he wants it, he come back to you, he says this is the 20,000. Or he make a decision while you expecting to pay you 20,000, for instance, he say, no, I will pay after a year. This is not allowed. They have to separate on one agreement. Not it's between you, it's to you, whatever you choose. This is not allowed. Now, if he take that one, yes. If he didn't make the decision, if the buyer didn't pick up one of the two selling, yes. 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 Now you take it because now you accept one of the two transactions. If you accept it, we agree on that you're going to pay me after a year $15,000. This allowed. The ulama, they agree upon. That's where they differ. That's where the majority of them, they say it's allowed. Where some of them, they say, no, there is riba. But the issue is, if you don't make a decision, you just, okay, it is to me what I choose. Okay? This is not, they all agree it's not allowed. You have to pick up one of it. Now, yes. The seller can give you the choice, one of two, but the buyer has to choose one of it. He has to choose at the yes, this is his property. He can give you the choice. Then the seller has to accept one of it. Either here is the cash, or I will pay an installment. I will pay you after a year $15,000. If they agree on one of it, this is the issue. But if they don't agree on one of it, he said, okay, I make my decision. Now what is the ruling? The ruling is, yes, he took the car. He took the car. The seller, the buyer, he took the product, he took the car. Wait a minute. No, we don't, let us finish first, please. Otherwise, we're going to get confused. Barakallah. So if the buyer choose one of it, that has been understood, right? Majority of scholars, they say it is, what is the ruling? Allowed. Majority, they say it's allowed. Okay. If the buyer didn't make a decision. He said, it is to me whatever I choose. And they separate on that way. Is it allowed? All scholars agree it's not allowed. And they say this hadith is about it. How about if it happened? How about if it happened? What's the ruling? If it's not allowed, what's the ruling? Either the contract is cancelled or he must accept that he has to pay the less money. He has to pay the less money, which is $10,000. Otherwise, it's going to be riba. It's like he accepted 20 and now he paying 30. In that sense. Naam. He didn't live with agreement. So since he didn't live with agreement, if he accepted the more money, it's like he accepted 20 and now he paying it more. This is the meaning of the riba. But if he choose one of the contracts, he can do that. The condition, that's another question. If the seller, he agree with him, he said, yes, I agree to sell it to you to pay me 15,000 after a year. But I'm not giving you the product. I'm not giving you the car. I'm not giving you the title. You can have the car, but I'm not giving you the title. It depends. It depends. If he give it the title, if that means he's losing his property, he will no way have access to this valuable car or airplane or train, millions of dollars. He's losing it. He can't have that. To make sure he doesn't lose his rights. But if there is other ways by which he can reach that goal, the origin is the ownership. All of it to be belong to the buyer. First of all, ولا شرطان في بيع. And no two conditions in a one transaction. What do we said? What the ulama they said? What Ibn al-Qayyim said? What it means? Means لا بيعتان في بيع. Not just the two conditions. Not just the two conditions. Any condition. No. They say this means no two transactions in one. For instance, we move to the other meaning, the ulama they said. So they say this means, this hadith, no two transactions. One transaction means بيع العينة. بيع العينة, famous بيع. Famous بيع. How it happened? I want money. I want money. And I know you are not lending me that money. So what I'm going to do, I come to you. You're selling this book? Yes. Sahih al-Bukhari. How much it is? It's $30. $30. Yes. Okay. When are you going to pay me? I don't have the $30. I will going to pay you after a month. Okay, I agree to that. Then I turn around. I say, I'm selling the book to you with how much? What was the price? 30, now 20. I'm selling the book to you, the same person, to pay me 20. So the origin seller, he get the product back, the book back, and he give it to me how much? $20. And how much he owe me? I owe him. Yeah, how much I owe him? $10. So it means like he sell 20 and in return he get how much? 30. This is one transaction in two. Is bay'ul, yes. Now, Okay. To him on how much? 20. I get 20 cash. Yes. So 20 plus. So now the seller, he will get how much at the end? But I sell to him. The reality is, the reality, the first thing, look, the Barakallahu fi, yes. The first, I didn't pay him anything. It was a loan. The book costs 30. Okay, so on me, $30, right? And the book is mine. Now I'm selling the book back to you. This is my book. That 20. You give me $20 cash. Now I owe you how much? 10. 30. 30. Yes, 30. 30, yes. Yeah, is the, yes. So, yeah, I never paid it. And I only get from him 20. I only get from 20. So it means basically I'm selling 30 and getting only 20. Yes, yes. I still owe him $30. But how he make this $30? This is just a playing game. Because the point actually was not the book. I didn't need the book. I needed money. But he is not giving to me this money without extra. So in order to play on the Sharia, we just imitating something. So هذا هو. Exactly. It's like I took him a loan of 30 and I'm of 20 and I pay him back 30. I took a loan from him of 20 and I pay him. That's what it means. So it is one transaction, which is the book, but on two things, 30, 20. The same book, 30, 20 in the same. They do a lot. Yes. You don't buy me, you buy the book. Yes, I understand you now. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is a good question. This is a good question. طيب, the book, the deal is done. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So now the point is the seller, the owner of the book. This is just I come to you not to buy the book. I didn't want a book. I wanted money from you. I wanted 20 to lend me $20. You are not giving me, you are not lending me that. Lend it to me. Okay? You are not doing it. You are not doing it. So we are doing away. You lending me away. You give me the $20, but I'm going to pay you $30. We're finding a way. You lending me. You give me $20 upfront, but in return I will give it back to you. I will pay you back $30. The book was not the point. I wanted money. I wanted $20. You are not giving to me. So we're finding a way. They do a lot. Ya akhi, it's riba. If I'm not going to lend you $20 for no reason, I'm not doing this fi sabilillah. Okay? But what do? I'm selling this book to you with 30, and I'm buying from you with 20. So you owe me $10. So it's basically selling this man, the seller, he's giving out $20 and with a condition to get back $30. This is the riba. This is the riba, but it's not straight riba. It's نعم صحيح. No, he will not. So it is the seller. He's not going to sell the book to you less than what it is in the market. But he's doing this. He's now when I'm selling back the book to him. Yes, yes. No, no. He pay. He get the book. It's a loan. It's a loan. Yes, yes. No, it's not before a year. It's not. It has to be on the same time. It has to be in the same time, on the spot. Not he buy now the book. He borrow. The price is steady, and then time go by, and after that he sell the book back to the person or somebody else. It's different. This is an agreement. They doing it. This man to get money upfront, and that to get more money. This is hila. It's called bay'ul ina. Some ulama, they say this is the meaning of the hadith. Others, they say no, this is not the meaning of the hadith. The meaning of the hadith is the first scenario, which is for cash is so and so, for paying late is so and so, more than that, and they don't decide any of it. Yes, yes. So if the person accepts to pay the 15,000 after a year, it is whatever they agree on. That 15,000 is being paid in installment every month, certain amount of money, or no, all of it at the end of the year. It doesn't matter, whatever they agree on. But with the condition, it never exceed the 15,000. Now, how much? I thought you said 20. Good. The 20. Very good. Okay. That's different. You can do that. Yes. If this person, you sell the book with 30. You said 30 or 20? 30. Very good. The installment, the 30. Okay. Can you sell the buyer? Can he sell this book to someone else? Yes, he can sell with a condition. With a condition. In this part of the hadith, ولا ربح ولا ربح ما لا يضمن ما لا يضمن. This is the third part of this hadith. Hadith consists of 4 parts. The third part, Prophet ﷺ said, ولا ربح ما لا يضمن. And there is no profit arising from something which is not in one's charge. There is no profit arising from something which is not one's charge, which means now to make profit of this car or of this book, you have to take the responsibility. You have to be reliable if something happened to. And that's not going to be while the book is still in the place of the first seller. You have to take the book from a store. Because if it still remain in my store, something happened, it is on the seller. You understand? You have to get the product and move it to yourself. Then after that, you are not allowed to sell on the same spot. You are not allowed, there's another hadith. لا يجوز, you are not allowed to sell the product from the same place you buy it. Because this causes hatred. I sell the book to you with 20, and now in front of me you sell it to someone 30. This is not, I will not, this is, it costs, it's not allowed. Plus, you are not taking the responsibility because it's still in my place. If something happened, you say, how am I paying you? The book is, something happened while we are still in the store. How are you making, why are you taking my money? It's a part of your property. So in order all this to avoid, take the book with you, sell it to whoever you want, cash or in installment. But not to the same person. Not to the same person. Because it's going back to the, and this is what they do. To cheat the Sharia, this is how they do it. Is that clear? So the ulama, they agree, if you buy a car with an installment, this is your property. You can sell it as long the first one is going to get his right. But you can sell it. You can do that. طيب. نعم. نعم. أحسنت. Some of the ulama, they said, Barakallahu fiqh, it's not allowed one transaction in two. The form of it is someone selling you to the house. If you pay it on time, after a year, it's going to be your house. 100,000 every month, so and so. After a year, it's going to be, if you continue doing that, it's going to be your house. But if it happens, you end up not to paying it, you are not able, now it's going to be a rent. It's going to be a rent. So the same product is in a way is a rent, and in a way is being sold. This also applies to this way, two transactions in one thing, in the same way, in the same time. Is this understandable? Yes, and they do a lot. No, this should be separated. If it is selling and you sell the house to him, it remains selling. If he doesn't pay it on time, something happened, then the house, if he doesn't bring in money from somewhere else, should be sold out. Okay? And then if what left is 70,000 and the price, the value of the house is 100,000, you get your 70,000, the seller get his 70,000. And 30 goes back to the owner of the house, the buyer. If it is 70, everyone go on his way. If the house is sold 60,000, okay, now what happened? The buyer has to pay how much from his pocket? 10,000. Because the seller, he only gets 60 from his 70,000. This is if it is selling. This is the way it is. Because you sell the house, this is his product. You're only waiting to get your money. And if it is a rent, then the rent is different. These people, when they doing this, in a way they getting the money of selling, and on the other way they getting the money of too much money. So when they divide, when you look at rent, nobody should take this transaction and pay a rent this big money of money. He paid this big money of money to own the house. But they dealing with him like he's paying a rent. The house is like, it don't pay, the rent is not that. So now it's two transactions in one. Some ulama, they say this is the meaning of also the hadith. So again, it's not allowed to profit something you are not reliable. If you want to make profit on a product, you have to also take the the lost, in the case there is lost. Is this understandable? This, the last part of the hadith, وَلَا بَيْعُ مَا لَيْسَ عِنْدَكَ, nor selling what's not in your possession. Nor selling what's not in your possession. For instance, your bird fly is your bird. You cannot sell it because it's not known will it come back to or not. Someone said, Akhi, yesterday my car was stolen. Police still are looking for. I really don't know will they get or not. I want to sell that to you. It's not allowed. Why? Because you're selling something that is not under your possession. It's yours, but it's not in your possession. You don't have, it's not, you don't, is this understandable? So, وَلَا بَيْعْ مَا لَيْسَ عِنْدِكَ, nor selling that which is not in your possession. Or you selling the book which in the other store. You have a store, someone come to you, I need Sahih al-Bukhari. You say, Sahih al-Bukhari, I don't have it now, but my neighbor has it. How much you buying it from me? Trade it, we agree on. I get the money. I go, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. Because I am selling that which doesn't belong to me. The only way that can be done is what's called Bay'u Salam, which is, it's a description. I need Sahih al-Bukhari, which is this publisher, which is so and so in detail, and I need that specific time, and all the money has to be paid on front. This is called Bay'u Salaf or Bay'u Salam بلغة المدينة الحجاز. So that is description. That's selling product by description. What car you need? I need that specific car. The company, they didn't make the car. You need that car. How the car look like? All that. You must bring all the money up front. Condition one. Number two, it has to be in detail. Number three, it has to be, the time has to be specified. This product will be available. Will be ready. Is this understandable? من أسلف فليسلف في كيل معلوم ووزن معلوم إلى أجل معلوم. The authentic hadith of Prophet. So that is description now. It's not a specific product, unlike the one in the other store. That's specific things. You don't sell until you own that. Now, the same product. Rent and buy is two transactions. Rent is a transaction. Buy is transaction. Selling is transaction. Loan is transaction. Hiba, gift is transaction. And the like. There are different things. So those shouldn't be in one thing at the same time. The product, sell it or rent it. Not you selling it and you renting at the same time. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.